Our next speaker, before we have morning tea, is a very good friend of mine, one of our board members on the Chamber, Managing Director of Mode Media, to talk to you about branding and social media. Please put your hands together for Chris Hekeik.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Michael Walls and all, for joining us here today. As Trevor said, my name is Chris Hekeik. I'm the Chief Storyteller at Mode Media, and I tell stories. And I want to tell you some stories today about branding, marketing, and I want to encourage you. I want to thank Rebecca and the boys for the beautiful talks just before me. And today I want to share some hope as well. Hope about business and hope about how to be effective in business. Who wants to be effective in business? Can I get you to do me one thing before we start? Because the topic is called bouncing back. Can we all get up just for 1 sec? Can everybody just bounce? Bounce. Beautiful. Now give your partner a fist pump and say, we're going to bounce. So my passion as the chief storyteller and branding guy, as they call me at Mode Media, I have no qualifications. I'm surrounded by doctors, accountants, professionals. My only qualification is I've been in business for over 32 years, and you're probably thinking, how old are you? I just turned 50. I know I don't look 50, but I am 50. And I'm passionate about helping small business. I want business to succeed. So I hope to God today you get something out of what I speak about. I know you will. And I want to encourage you with the message that we just heard and share hope. But one of the things I want you to know is to believe in yourself. I was blessed enough to meet Richard Branson one day. And I had a dream I wanted to meet Sir Richard Branson. And the one thing he said to me, I was in a room and we were allowed to ask one question. What do you ask this guy? And I said, Sir Richard, what is the one thing that you believe catapulted your business? And he said, I don't think he called me by name because he didn't know my name, but how I had a name tag. He said, Chris, build a brand, believe in it, and back yourself. And what will happen is once you build a brand and you back yourself, people will believe in it and it will be successful. When Sir Richard created Virgin, it was crazy. How do you name a business Virgin? Well, he did, and he made it sensational. So, the topic today is called Making a Clear Noise in a Congested Market. Wow, where have we been the last 2 years? Unbelievably busy, unbelievably distracted. You look at the noise that we live around today, and we live in a vortex, a world of vortex of information, and you don't know what to believe and what to see and what to understand. You open your social media feed today, and all you see is messages, messages, messages. I want to teach you today on how to make a clear noise in the marketplace, in a congested marketplace. And I want to help you understand that. The biggest thing today is that you need to achieve clear and consistent direction. I want you to think about that for a second. Achieve clear and a consistent direction. Sometimes we're not even facing the right direction. Who knows that in business? I know that sometimes I get distracted. I thank my accountant who's here today. She always pushes me in line and tells us about our cash flow and where we should and where we shouldn't. But the thing is, a lot of businesses fail in this part because they fail even before they've begun. And I like to talk about the human brain. Yes, I am no doctor and I'm no psychologist, but I've got some friends who know some things. So the human brain is an unbelievable, unbelievable piece of anatomy in the human body. Would you agree? The human brain is made up of 100 billion cells. Incredible. It is the largest, most complex organ in the human body. But the great thing about the brain is it is so intricate, yet it is so simple in the way it understands things. Let me say that again. The brain is so intricate, yet the brain is so simple in the way it understands things. So for us to talk to the brain, we need to understand the language of the brain. And when I think about the brain, did you know that 90% of information that a brain absorbs is visual? 60,000 times faster. Sorry, Michael, I think I've lost my screen. Yep, there is. We process visuals 60,000 times faster than text. So our brain and our eyes takes up 90% of that. Hearing, taste, smell and touch are only 10%. So visually, our brain communicates with everything. Does that make sense? 90% of our decision making gets done visually. Therefore, what should we focus on? We must focus on the graphics. Studies say that the visual presentation of a product is the first influencing factor. You've heard it. We buy with our eyes. You walk into a cake shop and you're not hungry, but you go, I'm just going to have that. Ladies, you walk into that boutique or shoe shop or whatever, and you just see those beautiful boots you got to buy. Lovely lady dressed beautifully here today. But you walk in there and you go, I want those. Why? Because your brain says, buy, 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 buy. But I just finished saying to you that there's such a congested market. And it's within the early minute that decisions get made. And more times out of none, it's more emotional than logical purchasing. I want to encourage you to try to get emotive with your customers. Get emotive. Emotive means to emotionally engage with your audience. Otherwise, they'll buy from somebody else. And the way we think about it is this. A customer has the brain or the attention span of a goldfish. A goldfish will send himself an email and say, I'll just email this to myself as a reminder. And 3 seconds later, oh look, I've got an email. He's forgotten he sent the email to himself. This is how we think as customers. So in a congested market, guess what? It's become worse. Therefore, what do you need to do? Can somebody help me? One person, please, quick. No one? Anyone? Anyone? What do you think you should do if things are congested? Yes. Tell them what they want to hear. What's in it for me? What's in this for me? What do you want me to do? Tell them what they want to hear. And the thing is, when you think about it, the human brain needs stimulation. Stimulate their brain. Tell them what they want to hear. And the great thing about the idea behind reverse engineering is understanding the simplicity of how a brain works. Because if I can understand the way a brain works, I can then communicate branding, marketing, communication to the brain, enable it to make a decision. I say you need to look the part. Sorry, what's your name, young lady? Yeah. Can you stand up for me, please? Can you come out the front? Come. Turn around and show this crowd your beautiful outfit. You need to look the part. This lady has considered her dress, her shoes, the beautiful necklace you're wearing, the ring. I'm sure you've got a beautiful perfume on, I can't smell you from here. But you need to look the part. And this is the problem. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. But I hope you like the coat that I chose today and my pocket square. Those that know me know I have about 120 different pocket squares, and I sat there for half an hour this morning working out which one I was going to wear. But I thought about what I wanted to wear because I wanted to look the part for you. The problem is in business today, many businesses don't even look the part. And this is the problem. The customer is making decisions in 3 seconds. And they're either choosing us or they're not. I want to ask you this question today. How is your brand being perceived in the marketplace? Ask yourself the question. What do I look like? What do people think about when they see my brand? Has anyone seen my business card? Grab one on the way out and you'll see what I mean. People grab our material and they see that A, we're professional. Yes, we are a brand agency. It doesn't matter if you're a plumber or a mechanic or a boutique or an accountant or a professor or whatever it is. You need to look the part. And the biggest thing I say in business today is this, is perception is key and perception is reality. The perception of your brand is how people will get to know you, how people will remember you. How will they know about you in that first 3 seconds? Because guess what? In the first 3 seconds, they're going to make a decision. And there's no way you can convince them otherwise. Does that make sense? You walk into a job interview, someone walks in, they look scruffy. They can't say anything after that to change your mind about your perception of who they are. So, how is your brand being perceived in the marketplace? I want to give you some key tips, 7 key tips that I've used in business over the last 30 years that have helped me. And the first one is this: have a grand plan. I love doing this with customers, and I love talking to them about how business should be done. And I like to begin with the end in sight. And as the accountant in the room will tell you, have a big plan. Have a grand plan, but think about 3, 5, 6, 7 years from now, where you want to be. And I like to say, I'd like to begin with the end in sight. If you want to be up here, well, let's think about that, but we're right here. How do we make that work? Have a plan. So many businesses fail because they don't have a marketing plan. And I'm not talking about something that's intricate and costs thousands of dollars. Put this together. Speak to your brand agent or speak to Mode Media if you want an incredible job. But it's all about knowing what you're doing. This is the roadmap to your business. There are people who open their doors with no roadmap. Where are you going? I'm not sure. I'm just going to work it out as I go. Guess how that's going to go for you? Sorry, did I miss something there? Did somebody throw an apple? Was that you, Michael? Is time up? No? Oh, 6 minutes. Fantastic. So at the end of the day, knowing, having a grand plan. Your audience. You need to know your audience. You need to understand exactly who your audience is and what your audience does. What is your audience looking for? Like you said before, tell them, give them what they want. Well, you better know what they want, because if you don't know, guess what? You can't deliver. So you look at different generations, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and now we've got this Gen COVID generation that's just come out now. They're gone bonkers, right? How are you going to talk to them? Your marketing must speak the lingo. Establish your brand. Now, I can talk for 3 days on this topic, but I'm not. I'm quickly going to get in, get out and say, establish a brand. Have a brand that is unbelievably great. Make sure it's special. Make sure you've got a cool logo and put it on everything. Put it on your shirt, put it on your caps, put it on your front door, put it on your undies if you like as well. But make sure you live and breathe your brand every day and make sure it's established. Have a clear message. This is a doozy. So many people say that much that they end up saying what? Nothing. You've heard the KISS theory. You know, you book an advert with Michael in a newspaper and you want to put everything on that page because you want to get your money's worth. Say the least amount of copy as possible. Have a beautiful photo and one clear message. Understand your audience. Understand your mediums. There are hundreds of mediums that you can use today. Social media is incredible for the right reasons. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TokTik, whatever you call it. What's that one, that new one that's out there at the moment? TikTok. Now, that's not going to work for an accountancy firm, but guess what? It's going to work for the local restaurant. It might work for the local beautician. TikTok. Like, people are freaking out on this stuff. And guess what? They remember it every day. There's messages being portrayed every day on TikTok. It's memorable. People creating memorable videos that they remember. And guess what? You'll be at the top of their mind. And that's the big thing. I can just imagine our mayor on TikTok. Have you got a TikTok account, Mr. Mayor? Oh, can you just show us? No, just joking. Number 6, have a call to action. If you spend all the money getting them on your website, or in the brochure, or in your shop, or on your newspaper advert, give them something to do. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to try it? Do you want them to download? Do you want them to have something about what do you want them to do with your business? Because many ads or many adverts or campaigns actually have no call to action. Okay, I just saw it. What would you like me to do now? Great, click here for more information. Inquire, give us your number, give us some information, download our useful brochure. Understand this stuff. And number 7, the beauty is measure your performance. And I say this all the time because what you don't measure, you cannot manage. Accountant, is that right? What you don't measure, you cannot manage. If at the end of the day you're not measuring your performance, guess what? You can't manage it. If it's working, keep doing it. If it's not working, let's change it. But make sure whatever you're doing on social media, and the great thing today is we've got analytics. There is Google Analytics, there's Facebook Insights, there's Instagram. All these things are helpful tips on how to measure your business. Who does this today? Just out of curiosity, show in the room. Do people measure their analytics? Well done. For those that don't measure it, you haven't got a scorecard. We all need a scorecard to see exactly what's happening. It's time for results. And yes, we are bouncing back. Yes, we are bouncing out of where we are. Because at the end of the day, the best thing we did last year and this year was keep bouncing. The best thing to do when nothing's happening is do something. Take some action. As we heard from the boys before, have hope and encourage yourself. I want to leave you with this one scenario about social media and building a community. When you've got a LinkedIn account, when you've got a Facebook account, when you've got an Instagram account, those who've been overseas and been to a village in Fiji or in Greece or in Rome or wherever, you'll notice that they live in villages. And in the village, who knows that everybody in that village knows everything. So by the time you walk from one end of the village to the other end of the village, everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. And the great thing is when somebody clicks like or follow or share, they're actually saying, I want to know more about you. Give them useful information, like the young lady said there before. Make sure they understand what you do. You can look like a big brand. It doesn't take just Coca-Cola, Apple, Steve Jobs, Apple. Who's got an Apple phone? Most people have an Apple phone not because of the phone, because of the experience. Steve Jobs said he wasn't even thinking about the product. He used to get up on stage and ask his team, before he got up on stage, and say, is this insanely great? Is it insanely great, or no, I don't want to release it? These campaigns are just campaigns. Virgin, Coca-Cola, we've all seen these. As I said, perception is key, perception is reality. For us, what we can do for you is end-to-end branding, marketing. And I don't want to do a sell today, but I do want to offer you something. Here's some of our clients. You'll see some of this on our website and our social media. But we've got a brand evaluation, which I want to share with you guys today. And there's little slips out the front, right? That's a free brand evaluation. Michael and the Chamber of Commerce, Trevor, have supported this, and they're going to subsidise our cost on the brand evaluation. But what it is, we'll do a free brand evaluation valued at $1,295. The first 10 people that sign up this afternoon or in the break or after the break can get the free brand evaluation. It's $1,295 for free. We love helping people, and we want to see you do something about your business. At the end of the day, what we want you to understand is that please back yourself. As Richard Branson said, the one thing that people don't do today is sometimes they do nothing. And one thing I say is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. This brand evaluation will cover how effective is your branding? How is your website performing? Is your communication running at an optimum? We go through all this. How well is your social media ranking? And how do you measure up against your competition? We do a competitive analysis against your competitors, and we try to help you position your brand. No obligation at all. But if you'd like to take us up on this, on the free brand evaluation, I'd ask you to just see one of our crew. I've got Sophie and Gabriella here from our team. So the girls are here and they'd love to help you. If you've got any other questions, we've got brochures. So please do that. I want to leave you with one thought. Sir Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity. What is it? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Doing the same thing. Did you do this week what you did last week? Are you going to do next week what you did this week? Can I encourage you? Please, I beg you, have hope, be encouraged. We are surrounded by a wealth of knowledge in this room, and the Business Chamber is a great portal. Trevor Oldfield and the guys there, we try to come alongside of businesses, and we try to get behind businesses to support you to become incredible. Please do not say and do the same thing you did this week, next week. I want you to walk out of here and think about 5 things you can change in your life. And remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate your attention. Thanks for coming today. Thanks again, Michael.